Rise and shine gamers, it's me, Rise, and we got another mousepad review for you. Alright, if you know the company Padsmith, you know they made First War, which is a nice, alright speed hybrid pad. A lot of people liked it, sold really good. And now they came out with another fantastic design, fantastic mousepad where you control people. If you like slow mousepads, and you like consistent, you are going to probably really like this pad. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to compare the different skates on different mice. We got glass, we got stock for the X2 Mini, and we got stock for the Fanatic Bolt. Different size skates on both mice, different textures. So we're going to talk about the speed. We're going to talk about what games it will be potentially great in, which in my opinion, it's great for both fast tracking, precise flicks, because one, it's very consistent. Two, feels good on the skin, so you don't have all the abrasion rubbing off your dead skin cells and laying on the mouse pad because you guys are dirty. No, I'm kidding. You guys are great. So we're going to kick it off. We're going to get into it. Let's do what it do. Y'all stay blessed. Yeah. All right. So right here, we won't block the logo. This is the Padsmith's Temple of Dreams. This is their new iteration of mouse pads that they came out with. And as you can tell, the design is sick. In person, you do get a little glimmer off the mouse pad. You might not be able to see that unless I turn up the brightness, which, I mean, it's there. It's bright. It looks amazing. Has a really cool design. You got the temple, you got the moon, you got the night. Temple of Dreams. So what this pad excels in is that it's consistent. It is a slow control pad, right? So you're not going to get that extreme speed you would find with the Vancer Ice, which is a glass coated. You're not going to find it as fast as an Infinity Odin. You're not going to find it as fast as a Lethal Gaming Gear Venus. But what you might find is this can be comparable in speed to the Saturn. But in my opinion, I do feel that it's a tad slower. And then you get more consistency out of that. So what I mean by that is the Saturn, you are going to be getting a little tug with the micro adjusting. When you want to go on the Saturn, you get that kind of pullback on the feet of the mouse, which is going to kind of get you that tugginess you feel on control pads. What happens is when you go with the dynamic friction of this pad, when you just need to track something, it's smooth. There's no stopping. There's no tug on the mouse trying to pull you back. You're not feeling that. When you swap different what am I trying to say? When you swap different positions in game, when you're trying to target transfer, you can do that. If you need that speed, you can get up there, but it's not going to be super speedy. You know what I mean? It's not going to give you that really quick acceleration. It's going to give you that nice, precise flicks, transfers, and it's going to give you that nice, smooth glide. It's going to feel good on the skin. On my X2, I do have just stock skates. I think these stock skates are actually really good. And then on my Superlight, we actually have glass skates, the Lethal Gaming Gear V2s. And I do not recommend glass skates on this pad. This feels like an extreme mud pad. When you have the dynamic motion, it's like you're forcing your mouse to go through like a swamp, to go through a just nice mud pile. If you like that, I mean, go for it. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but I don't suggest that if you are playing like Overwatch, Apex, because you're tracking, you're not going to be able to get that nice, precise aim transfer. You're going to have to try to speed your hand up faster than you normally should because of how muddy it feels with glass. Now, on a little thinner skates, like the Fanatic Bolt, where they don't cover a slight, like a slight surface as the X2, you do have more surface covered by that on the X2 than the Bolt from the skates. This one, and you got to play the weight. The weight has to play a role in tracking too. So the Fanatic Bolt is also heavier than the X2. But when it comes to the skates, you still get that nice, consistent glide. You get that nice target transfers that you can easily just swap between headshots. You can swap between snipes, however you want to see it. But with the Fanatic Bolt on this, you can feel the mouse wanting to keep momentum. So the mouse wants to keep going before you want to pull back, just because of the weight difference. With the X2, it stops. It wants to stop. It doesn't want to keep going. Doesn't want the momentum. Doesn't want to keep your mouse propelling forward with those tracks. But you can still stop both mice on the dot. I mean, you're not going to have any trouble on any particular size skates. Maybe if the skates were a little smaller, maybe dots, you might find it to be a little tad, actually a tad more like speedier because of how small they are. You're like the Sapphire dots, for example. If you have the Sapphire dots, you're probably going to find it to be extremely consistent compared to the two, where it's going to keep that nice glide, is going to keep that, but it might actually feel a little faster because of how much surface area is coming in contact with the pad itself. With the speed, I would put it a little slower than the Saturn, the normal Saturn, not the Saturn Pro. And then I would, with the abrasiveness, I would put it in line with a Saturn. There, it's not abrasive, it's not irritating. You're going to like the feel of it. And if you like designs on your mouse pad, I think you're really going to like this pad. So if you do want to pick one up, you can pick it up over at padsmiths.com. You can go over there. I don't know who has a code, but I can definitely update that in the description when I find out who has a code, and you can help support them. I currently don't have one, but that has been the review of the Padsmiths. I do like it. I think it's one of the better control surfaces that I've used. I've used the Para control from Pulsar. That one's going to be more abrasive one. I had the red one. I don't know if it was a V1 or V2, but the red one was a little more abrasive and it was a lot slower. I have the Nacho Saturn pad, which we'll do a review on soon. This one underneath is faster than a normal Saturn, and it could actually be considered faster than a Venus. Crazy, but I think it's because of the sub die, and it's going to create a faster surface, a faster speed, and it feels really good on the skin, and it looks dope. You've probably seen this on my Twitter feed, all that. And then with this pad, you have either this one or the First War that they came out with. First War is going to be the speedier pad, a little more abrasive. And then you got the Temple of Dreams, which is this guy. Nice, slow, consistent pad for you guys who love tack shooters and you want to try it out in Apex. We're going to show you some Apex clips because I have performed really well on this pad in Apex. It was fun while I was using it too. So, I mean, come on. If you want something with good design, good quality, good feel, Padsmith is a excellent pad. I would say it's one of my, like I said, one of my top control pads, and I'm not a control person. I'm not. My main pad is the Venser Ice. That is twice the speed, maybe three times the speed as this pad. But when I want to use a control pad, this one or the Nacho pad is my pad of choice. So without further ado, we're going to get some clips in. We are going to see how I performed on Apex with this particular pad. So sit back, grab some popcorn, grab some candy. I don't know, drink a protein shake. I don't know, get those gains. Relax, enjoy the show, and we'll see you next time for the Final Mouse review. Yes, Final Mouse, get ready. Yeah.